Hey folks, Gary here. Hey, happy Monday morning to you. I know Mondays can be tough, but grab a cup of coffee and get on with the day and enjoy what God has for you. We've been talking a lot about God blessing us. And so we've been looking at the book of Matthew, chapter 5, about the Beatitudes, where it says, blessed are, so and so, because they will, and there's a result to it. And it's about God blessing us. And so today we're looking at Matthew 5, verse 8, and his voice so applicable to our lives. Let's just read here. It says this. Uh, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So blessed are those whose heart is pure, because they will see God. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's talking about integrity in our life. So Jesus is speaking to a bunch of Hebrews on a hillside. He's teaching them these lessons. And the common thought of that day was, make yourself look really, really good. Obey the law, every letter of the law, every letter of the law of the Pharisees and all this kind of stuff. And if you're that pure, then things are really going to happen in your life and God will start talking to you. That was the common thought that they had. And it's kind of like going to buy a classic car and it looks really good on the outside. It's been painted really, really nice. But when you start to look deeper, you realize that they just painted it. They actually didn't do any real good body work to it, and it's actually rusted out on the inside. And the car is actually really a piece of junk. It just looks really good. Well, that's what was taking place at that time. Jesus said, you look good on the outside, but the inside, you're just dead bones. There's no life inside of you. And that's not what we want. And this is the opposite of that. This is talking about the integrity of who we are as a whole. And when we give our life to Christ, when we realize who we are and we give our life to Christ and say, forgive me of all my sin and restore me, help me repent of my ways and restore me back to what you want me to be. When we do that, it works on our heart. We've given our heart completely to God. And God starts to move on that heart that's given to him. So a heart that's completely given to God, right? God will strongly support that. So we give our heart completely to God. And because we do that, because we have a purity of heart, we have an integrity because it's coming from the inside out. And so because of that, the other areas of our life start to fall into line with who Jesus is. And we become pure, but we become pure in the inside out. So there's integrity in that. And it's God who does the work that's inside of us. Do we ever reach perfection? Not on this side of the grave, no. But there's an integrity when it's the inside that's healthy and beating and longing for God. And God looks for that because as this happens, we begin to see God in all the areas of our life. That's why it says, blessed are those who are pure in heart because they will see God. We will see God in every other area of our life when we get our heart set on him.